I don't know about you, but there's a lot of talk about empathy these days. And I'm thrilled. First, don't get me wrong. I'm thrilled, right? Empathy is what's going to help start changing things in our interpersonal relationships. It is about caring about the other person. Today, what I want to talk to you about is the difference between empathy and sympathy. And I think a lot of people get this confused. And I don't think you're going to get the kind of results you're wanting to like be really present with somebody with this idea of sympathy. So I'm going to, and different people talk about empathy and sympathy in different ways. This is how I use it in the model that my husband and I developed, which is the Beth Banning method. And we talk about sympathy in a way that is more about you, right? It's about understanding how someone else feels because of your experiences. But think about that. If you're going to you hear what someone says, and then you go inside and find an experience that resonates with what they're saying, it's about you. So that's sympathy. You can understand what someone is saying because you have somewhere in you that has experienced that. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong or a problem. In certain situations, it's awesome, right? You can resonate. You each have had that experience. You can really be with each other about it. And again, in certain situations, that's great. And it still becomes about you when it comes back to you. So if you're wanting to be with someone about them, that's empathy. And in our model, empathy isn't about you resonating to understand. Empathy is about you going and exploring what it is in them that has them feel the way they do. So how we do it, and this is what I want to talk to you about today, is it has nothing to do with your situations or your experiences. So I want you to pretend to be an explorer and you're listening to them, and it's simple. There's only two things you're listening for. And that is how they feel in real feeling words, and that can be a whole video in itself, and what they value that has them feel that way. So what they're feeling and what they value. If you can get to those two things, that person will be heard in a way that very rarely do they get heard. So that is empathy. Stepping out of the conversation as like it needs to resonate with your experience, and you jumping in the conversation like an explorer wanting to be there with them in their experience. So that's how we do it in our model. But if you can see the difference, one is about you and one is about them. Let's take empathy to the next level and make sure it's about the person you're wanting to empathize with. So that's my little distinction for the day, the difference between empathy and sympathy. I hope this helps. If you have any questions about it, put it down in the comments. I would love to be here for you about this distinction. This is Beth Banning. See you next time.